All right, so there's gonna be the third podcast. I'm probably not gonna keep count because I'm gonna end up losing the count. But I'm gonna make it a part two of what the other podcast was about. The other podcast was about anything that's related to substance abuse. That includes legal and illegal substances. We left up talking about how uh, being addicted to a substance starts with young age, like around. I want to start off saying that we're not. I'm not trying to educate. I'm just going off on what I heard, facts, and my opinion, and maybe even online research too later on. But right now, what I want to say is that what I believe that it starts from a young age. That includes like how one was where in the environment, the how they were raised, family members, or if there were any in the picture, or if there was, and how they treated from everything. It could be small as a little addiction as caffeine, small addiction as or even alcohol, even addicted to alcohol, and and well, there's not much to say about substance abuse. Well, now that we covered the I don't know that little topic, the beginning of what I wanted to bring out. Uh, I wanted to add Kenny, to well, I wanted to also change the topic more about we're covering substance abuse, but now what happens when you run and need it to function, because maybe we have what's it called uh there's many people who are addicted to caffeine and other personal experiences too, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, to function, that's very.
Well, okay, look. To function, or when it gets to the point where you have to function off of like a substance,
Yeah.
then you're down. Okay, so you're gonna be down bad for it, but then you're fucked. Like,
Damn.
you've messed up, and now there's no going back. I mean, there is, but like we already mentioned, the weaker mind of the person, the harder it's gonna be to get out of it. And the thing is,
Well, the problem is when you need more to feel the more same thing. But you won't feel
yes.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel all euphoric. Yeah, but when you're 10 or 100 dosage.
Yeah.
You start. Yeah, and but what I also wanted to bring up last part is that America really does run off drugs, caffeine, alcohol.
Yeah.
They do need a lot of blue collar workers, part time workers, professional workers, white collar workers. I'm pretty sure every single one in their after or something in this. I don't know. I find that a bit rare. Someone that just stays completely simple life, as he said. I'm talking no. Cause even phone usage is an addiction or substance.
Pretty much.
Yeah, even I don't know. It's a very nice topic. A topic I don't wanted to talk about substance abuse.
Okay. Well, substance abuse. When someone depends too much on it, I feel like they're too far gone, right? Well, but no. At the same time, nobody's too far gone at the same time, because there's things like rehab and all of that. But
Well, I mean, if you're off meth and you're like now you start tweaking, yeah, you're I ain't gonna lie. I feel like, yeah, but I feel like, is there a such thing as a functioning substance abuse? Because that's the real question. Can someone be functional and at the same time have a substance abuse? And
I
I don't know.
mean, yeah. Take for example, energy drinks.
Oh, yeah,
people do use energy drinks.
oh, obviously everything in moderation.
Yeah.
Moderations. Yeah.
Everything. Well, but that's the basic. Doesn't like
Yeah, the
low
basic,
tier
yeah.
stuff. Everybody
Yeah.
doesn't suffer too far from it. Like caffeine.
Yeah, obviously just having a certain time. I also saw a video on that too. To have it after 12 or something.
But I don't believe there's like a case where there's a certain drug that is a positive drug that has
Yeah.
a positive effect on you, making you function as a normal sober person would. For now, the drugs that are like being handed out or someone could acquire from like anyone, they're usually life-threatening to like certain
Whoa,
points.
yeah. Matter of fact, now that you're saying life threatening, I wanted to talk about galaxy gas. Cause imagine, yeah, someone comes up saying they're functioning with galaxy gas. Like, imagine they have like a whole something to hide the
Yeah,
galaxy.
yeah.
Oh, imagine they make it portable. Oh, I think they're gonna start the
Yeah.
production. Cause there's
Mhm.
yeah. But you know, imagine that someone that got addicted to it, they start learning how to carry it, they
Yeah.
start functioning.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're gonna lose their brains or something.
Yeah,
Well, that's only for galaxy gas. I mean,
pretty much. I mean,
yeah.
it's not only for galaxy gas. There are some drugs known to eat the brain,
Oh man, yeah.
which pretty much is. And but the only thing is, with galaxy gas, it kills your brain. With some other drugs, it like in literal sense starts eating a piece out of it.
Oh, you see.
Yeah. There's some really messed up drugs, and some other shit.
No. Oh.
For example, I'm not sure if it's real or not. All I know is the crocodile drug, or
I heard about that.
yeah. When someone starts like living off of the drug at some point, and their skin turns like,
I don't know if I'm tripping. I think it's flaca. You know?
yeah, probably. Who knows?
But no, yeah, those are the harder ones and more. But now that we're talking about drugs, because drugs is a big blanket,
Yeah,
you know, it covers a lot of things. So
Mhm.
now, I want to bring up psychedelics, you know, because you know, I wouldn't say meth is similar to shrooms, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
understandable. I mean,
Um,
for psychedelics, I don't really have much knowledge in them, but from what I could tell you, they do function at the same time. They may seem similar, but are totally different as to regular, like whatever everyday someone thought of a drug is.
Oh yeah, for sure, that 100%. Because you would just see they're doing drugs. That's it. You would not see that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's they would not. Yeah.
So, like, tell me what are some of the basics or something you could give the people insight with, or like psychedelics?
Oh,
Or
psychedelics.
like, what do you know? What are some differences between the everyday drug like weed or some other shit?
Weed and some other low level psychedelic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I've done research, personal research, weed is like a low level psychedelic. So that's just covering the bases, you know. There will include some things like that I've done research, you know, depersonalization and there was this other one, depersonalization and derealization. Yeah,
Mm.
both of them, where you feel like you're viewing your body and
Okay.
okay, that's one. That's
yeah.
um, that's just the low level psychedelic one, weed. But once you go into mushrooms, it gets more complicated. Um, I haven't done personal experience, but I've done research on it, and but I'm not really a teacher on that. I don't know much myself, so
Mhm.
yeah. And well, now we're moving on from. So I just we don't really know the answer to the question. You know, can someone be a functional? Because you could be a blue collar worker and make the most money and be a coke addict. You know.
Yeah.
And still make profit and still invest. Because I haven't done research on it. I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure someone in the rich people world, they're addicted to drugs and still making millions.
Yeah.
I don't know.
mean, I know for a fact they may not be like ordinary jobs, but there are some artists where they do live off of like pure substance abuse. But I feel like
that's
a
rare
different-
cases, though.
Yeah,
Rare
that's
cases.
rare cases, and I feel like that's more of a different topic. At this point.
At this point, but at the same time,
Yeah, but back to what we were talking about, shrooms or cannabis is either it's a mix, but at the same time they're totally different. As I said, I've heard people finding themselves, or like quote unquote, having an awakening with shrooms for like first time users. But
and
if that's the thing, then what sets it apart? If they're still like kind of similar, what makes them apart? What puts them apart? What breaks them into pieces from one another? Because if they have both have like similar effect, or I don't know, I haven't experienced, like I don't have any experience with it, but if someone could have an awakening with shrooms, could it happen with like weed or anything else? You go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's a very cool thing. Obviously, if you say, "Oh, I had an awakening with meth," hey, I don't think that was an awakening.
Yeah.
That was but with weed, I feel I don't know. That's a very. I feel like someone who does those substances would know. You know, I don't know. I don't do those substances.
Yeah.
So, awakening. No. Also, I've done research where if you meditate, you meditate, you can not accomplish, but get a real not awakening, but you obviously you meditate, you can find yourself. But
Yeah.
you gotta do a long periods
Pretty
of
much. Pretty
time,
much.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also but I'm talking a real life psychedelic experience. I'm talking also DMT. It's a very a drug many people might not know about it, but they can. I've done some research where they can achieve it while meditating. I haven't tried it myself. It's interesting. The process is complicated. It includes breathing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people could people could be on the drug, manipulated in a certain way.
No.
or-
I'm talking
oh.
sober. I'm talking sober.
Sober?
Sober. You sit down.
Okay.
You meditate.
Okay.
You do certain breathings.
Mm-hmm.
Better long period, and you have to do it. I don't know, consistent. I don't know. I've never tried it myself.
Okay.
I've had this experience where I've meditated and I've put frequency music, because I do also believe in frequencies.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've meditated and I've achieved sort of like psychedelic experiences. It's very weird. I don't know if it's placebo effect, but I can feel my body my something leaving my body. That's a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
So
Another thing I want to talk about is, now that you mentioned like something leaving your body, I want to talk about some experiences. Do you know anything, or do you have any insight on how it works, what causes it? When people talk about out of body experiences, while being under the influence or like on a certain substance.
Man, I've never personally experienced out of body experience on psychedelic. I've heard people going through it. I've heard people doing this and that. But me personally, when you say that, I think about a scene on it's that man who opens portals.
Okay. Yeah.
You know which one?
Yeah. I think
X-Men, not X-Men.
Next to Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, perfect. That was Doctor Strange, and it's Peter, Spider-Man. He's leaving the body, and there's a scene.
No, yes, I do.
Yeah. That's the most out of body experience, and I'm not trying to make legal. This is only for educational purposes, but not even educational. We don't know nothing, bro. We just talking. So, what's it called? Well, out of body experience, I heard a lot about it on shrooms, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some like weird stuff about people being like in a third person, being out of this world, experiencing some out of world type things, like anything. You feel me?
Yeah.
I've heard some people talking about, they experienced some alien contact. Like,
Oh,
you can
yeah.
hear this.
Yeah.
Usually it's over the internet where you hear this type of shit, but it's sometimes like some of the people you meet, or some of the people you can like eavesdrop,
Yeah.
is like, it's fascinating to hear this, because for one, what causes this and how does it feel for the average everyday person?
And the weird thing is the brain actually believes it's real. So and there's the user hold on, it feels so real to them. That's what they're trying to say. It feels so real to them that they actually believe it's real. And who knows, I don't know, it could be real. And if it is real, the brain is capable of doing all
Yeah.
that.
I have a thought, but I don't know how dumb it might sound or anything. But since you do mention that the brain might think it's real, do you think that this could have any effect, or out of body experiences could have some sort of effect, just like how is it called, when you start seeing things that aren't really there? Schizophrenic.
Hallucinations. Oh, schizophrenic.
Like, do you think schizophrenia is something
Oh, okay.
someone can relate to?
Oh man, I wanted to bring that subject because I've done a lot of research on that, and weed does. Not that saying that it maybe. Well, I'm not saying weed. Or weed isn't. It's irrelevant right now, but it doesn't. I'm gonna just make weed since it's a low level psychedelic,
Yeah.
for example. So it doesn't give you schizophrenia. It's like if you already had it and you were meant to have it, it's just gonna bring you out earlier. There's a lot of people that
Okay.
talk about it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's actually a fact, but I'm pretty sure if you Google it and do some more research on it, yeah.
Well, then.
But schizophrenic, like seeing things, yeah, I feel like that's more shrooms. Yeah, you would see
More
things
shrooms.
and start.
Then yeah. But do you feel like it would have a similar effect as the feeling and out of body experience?
Oh man, I'm pretty sure people taking bigger dosages, they'll feel out of body experience for sure.
All right.
Weed, I don't think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, Is there anything? No, because there have been some cases on how some day-to-day drugs, but more for a
No, day to day. No, matter of fact, since you want to know drugs that for sure do it, there's this one called Salvia. Salvia, I'm pretty sure it's legal too. It's weird. It's legal.
Mhm.
I don't know where you in what states it's legal, but you can apparently get it, and I don't know for how much. I don't know nothing. But you can, and people have crazy, unique experiences there, where they're somewhere else, and I say unique, but they have all this sort of common thing that where they're all getting searched out. I haven't experienced that myself, and um, I wanted to make this channel legal, but I would like to try salvia some yeah later on. That's salvia.
I do remember. I'm not sure if you know, but there's this one guy who started doing crack just to prove people wrong.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Breaking off of it is easy, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure who he is, but I've heard of him. I've seen like a few clips of him going into podcasts talking about like, oh, I got into meth just to show people how easy it is to break the addiction.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see in some clips where he starts zoning out, he's out
of
of this
I
world,
saw that clip.
or he's just lost.
I want to see the update of how he is.
Yeah,
Did he
yeah.
stop?
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't heard nothing about it. I don't even know what's the dude called. For me, I'll tell you right now, I don't think if someone tries it, they're not gonna try nothing else. That's all they're gonna think about, man. Some channel I didn't want to make this channel related to this. So it's just we're all talking about topics, so it's in general. We're not mainly gonna be talking about this stuff, but psych substance is someone that said that once you try smoking meth, it's the only thing you'll love. I don't know. It's a hard drug for sure.
So you're telling me if someone does meth and they end up fighting a heavier drug, would they fall into it or would they stick with meth?
Damn, wherever the money is, to be honest, imagine someone that gets hooked on meth and they can't afford it. They're gonna go for something cheaper. They're gonna go, or if they can, they're gonna go for meth for sure. And you know what's funny too? Meth is so very related to Adderall. And you know what's Adderall? It's very common college drug. And no, that's the what's it called? The recreation. It's college drug, but it's actually a subscription drug for ADHD.
Okay.
So it's legal if you're prescribed.
I heard there's some things where subscription drugs or like everyday drugstore, like some little pills like Adderall or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I've heard about people getting high or having some type of experiences with it when taking too much. But I don't really know. Could be too much of that be too deadly? Because if we're being honest, too much of a certain something's always going to be too deadly.
Always, yeah.
Yes, and it's something that I'm curious about. Like, how does it work? Is it the same thing, or it's heavier doses on like how some pills are 300 millimeters or like
yeah, different.
But like, is it always going to be different, or is it going to be the same thing? Is it going to give the same effect?
Obviously, each drug is individual, and even the person is individual. It's weird. Everything plays a part. Mm-hmm. But if you're saying it like that, of course, if there's people who even sniff ADHD medicine, and they'll feel like a similar effect to. I don't research. I haven't tried that myself, but I'm going. My mind's losing track, but
I feel like for now, I feel like that's a good topic. We covered over like what we are curious and what we already know, some of the basics. So, but I did have a good time. Yeah. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty good. I did enjoy it.
I had a good time.
Yeah, it was a nice talk.
Yeah. There's always going to be more questions than answers.
Yes.
More questions than answers.
Yeah. We are possibly going to come back to it more than often.
Part 1.
Yeah, part 1. It's going to be like a mini sub-series into a series, but it's something people can look up forward to. And if you know something, you can let us know.
Yeah. Or your own insight, your own experiences.
Your own insight.
Open-minded. Yeah. All
right. Well, thank you for having me.
Hell no, bro.
No.
Yeah, cut it out. Yeah. Bro, not even, bro. Not even, bro.
No.
Not even, bro.
Let me see. Open your hand. Okay, there we go.
Uh,